What is going on, guys? So we did a video using this Hantek CC-65 Current Clamp with the portable scope here as a way to easily measure amps. There's a link in the description to that video. Here we're going to use a current sensor resistor, which is also known as a shunt resistor, to measure amps. It's just a section of 22 gauge wire which creates 20 ohms of resistance, and that causes a voltage drop of 20 millivolts for every amp that flows through it. So 1 amp would produce a 20 millivolt drop, 2 amps would produce a 40 millivolt drop, etc. The millivolt drop would be picked up on either end of the shunt for the scope, right, to produce a voltage drop that the scope can measure. So the way we're going to set this unit up is we're going to put our scope here, probe on 100 times, and we're going to just run a 5 amp headlight bulb, which I have right here, and we're going to just send current through the circuit. So I just have a circuit here, which is the battery goes through this shunt resistor circuit, comes out, goes to the bulb, to a switch, back to the battery, so I can just, right, put some current through there. This is a 5 amp bulb, right, with a 12 volt M12 battery. So what we can do is we can use our cursors here to measure what this is. So I placed the cursors actually here. I'm just going to do it one more time just to show you guys. Okay. So let's stop this. So I put a cursor where this current goes up, where this voltage goes up to. And so I offset this so we could see the inrush current. So this is offset down to here. And our cursors are measuring from the 0 to where this is 10 volts. And just like before, we're going to just read volts as amps, except this time we're also going to divide by 2 because we have a 20 millivolt as opposed to a 10 millivolt shunt resistor. So 10 volts, we're going to read that as 10 amps divided by 2. This is 5 amps, which matches the bulb. So a couple of other things is just to show you what the shunt resistor actually looks like. It's basically this, okay? It's just a wire that creates a little bit of resistance, right? In the case here, it's going to create 20 milliohms of resistance. We're going to basically send our current in, right? It's going to go across this resistor and it's going to come back out again. And we're just going to measure the voltage drop between here and here. And that's what's on the scope, right? Couple other things that you guys might find interesting is I made some custom leads to connect this up to the battery terminal. So when we put this shunt box in line, right, and this box is just there to make all these connections much easier to this shunt resistor. We can put this on the negative battery terminal, right, and plug this in here. And then I have another one that's basically a post that I put on the end of a lead, right? And that will plug into here. So I can basically, right, remove the negative battery cable, put this on the post, and then clamp the battery cable onto this. And I got a nice secure connection for the current measurements on the vehicle. One other thing you could also do is you could use this adapter I showed you guys, which is basically just goes from the DC power to banana. And this could be another channel that we could plug into this scope for voltage. So we could monitor volts as well, right? I would use one of my BNC to banana adapters and just hook that up like this here. And now, right, we can hook that up to our scope right there and plug this right into the cigarette adapter. So we don't need to run, you know, long wires from the battery if we're in the vehicle. So that's just an option I thought you guys might be interested in checking out. So a couple more things you can do also is we could also hook this up to the PicoScope oscilloscope and then record, do recordings over time and capture the data. And we could even also use this with the PicoScope and PicoLog, which would let us record, basically do data logging of this current over long time periods. And we could also actually record that data. We could save that data to the cloud and share it so you can collaborate with people. You can show them your data. It's going to be especially useful for like finding a parasitic draw. That's kind of the idea here, is that we could hook this up. We could look at things right, as they're happening, or we could just set up and have it record and then have it alert us to something changing, or go back and look at the data, right? Whatever you guys want to do. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. Of course, you could also just set this to the millivolt scale without the 100-time probe and just read it as millivolts. So, if you got 100 millivolts and you knew you had a 20 milliamp shunt, you could, pretty easily figure out that that's 5 amps. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. And now that we're familiar with how this setup works, we're going to put it on the car and start taking some measurements. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day. And of course, leave whatever comments, criticisms, etc. I'd love to hear whatever you have, whatever thoughts you have. Take care, guys. Have a good one.